Welcome to the Parsha Perspective. Each week, we will delve deep in a weekly Torah portion to find a practical and insightful way to enhance your daily life. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Rabbi Shalom Yamini, and each week we will look into the weekly Torah portion to find practical and insightful ways to enhance your daily life. This week's Parsha Perspective is in honor of our homeland, Eretz Yisroel May. May God protect our brave soldiers, and may God return all the hostages from Gaza immediately. This week's Parsha Perspective is in honor of the Refuah Shlema of HaRav Amitai ben Shoshanna, and all those who need to experience a speedy and complete recovery. This week's Parsha Perspective is in loving memory of Edward Ben Efraim, Shlomo Ben Edward, and Yirachmiel Daniel Ben Gedalia. May their souls be uplifted and may their memories be a blessing. This week's Torah portion is Parshas Kedoshim, Justice for All. Our Parsha begins with a very powerful statement. Kedoshim tiyu ki kodesh ani Hashem lekechem. You shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. And this declaration is followed by the many mitzvahs, many commandments, including tzedakah, charity, Shabbos, morality, honesty in business, and honoring and showing awe to one's parents, and the sacredness of life. There are 51 commandments, 51 mitzvahs in our Torah portion, 13 positive ones, and 38 negative mitzvahs. One of the more notable commandments, mitzvahs in our parsha, is v'ahavta l'reacha kamecha, you shall love your fellow as yourself. And according to the great Rabbi Akiva, this is a cardinal principle of the Torah, and the great Hillel once said, this commandment is the entire Torah, and the rest is just commentary. However, a question comes to mind. One of the 51 commandments, the 51 mitzvahs in our parsha, is judging objectively and impartially. We are commanded not to favor the poor or show special deference to the rich. The pasuk writes, "Lo yisaseh avo b'mishpat, lo yisisa pnei dal, v'lo tehader pnei gadol b'tzedek tishpat amisacha." You shall not make an unfair decision. Do not favor the poor or show special deference to the rich. You must judge your nation fairly. But why does the Torah detail two instances of injustice rather than state you may not treat anyone differently? All must be judged the same way. How are these examples different? Aren't they the inverse, the opposite of each other, and imply the same thing? Why does the Torah write both instances, not to show favor to the poor or show deference to the rich? Rashi, of Shlomo Yitzchaki, the leading Torah commentary, answers this question very simply. He writes that each instance teaches us a different, valuable lesson, and therefore both needed to be written. While we may not favor the poor, we must have compassion for them outside of the court system. We are obligated to give charity and ensure they have what they need to live. Similarly, we may not show special deference to the rich in the justice system, but they deserve honor for the charity and the kindness they do. Those who use their wealth or fame to benefit the Jewish community deserve to be honored and respected for their generosity. However, the Aruch HaMakadosh, Rav Chaim ben Attar, a Moroccan commentary and Kabbalist, gives a deeper and more profound explanation. He agrees with Rashi's notion that each case, each instant is teaching us a different lesson, but he takes it a step further. The Aruch HaMakadosh explains that the litigants themselves must not accept a judgment that unjustly favors them. The Talmud in Sanhedrin 32b writes that if a litigant feels that the trial or judgment was dishonest or unfair, they may ask for another trial. The great sage Reish Lakish notes that this opinion refers to one who receives himself a favorable judgment, but feels that he obtained it unjustly. The Aruch HaMakadosh writes that the mitzvah to judge fairly is on each of us as it is on a judge during a trial. If we experience unique deference, special preferential treatment, we must speak up for our own sake. Because the integrity of the justice system is the basis that distinguishes thriving societies from those that fail. And upholding the court's impartiality, regardless of our feelings, ensures that God judges us fairly and forgets our past indiscretions as our actions come before him. The Aruch HaMakadash's profound lesson is ever more relevant as we memorialize the soldiers who have died protecting our sacred homeland. Their sacrifice only continues to drive a people whom just 80 years ago were on the blink of annihilation, reminding us that we are each a unique part of a greater whole, a nation fulfilling God's desire of having a home here on earth. In our daily life, it is imperative that we embrace the entirety of ourselves, the aggregate sum of our intellect, feelings, and experience. A task that begins and ends with true self-awareness, true self-reflection. A look at our strengths and weaknesses and their impact around the people surrounding us. Understanding and then accepting ourselves, flaws and all, makes us confident and better equipped to handle the challenges in this journey called life. We become open to the opportunities and experiences that we would never have seen had we not truly first seen ourselves, making us succeed far beyond imagination and creating a ripple effect of positivity and happiness for all. There is a great quote from Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs of blessed memory. Justice is a process, not just a product. It is not enough for the court to be right. It must hear both sides of the argument. Have a great weekend and good Shabbos. Thank you for tuning in to the Parsha Perspective. Check out our website, theparshaperspective.com. Send thoughts and comments to theparshaperspective@gmail.com. Till next time, thanks for listening.